Hey guys, welcome back to MMA Library. Today in MMA and UFC news, Chael Sonnen and Henry Cejudo give their take on Leon Edwards versus Kamaru Usman 3. Here's a clip.
But the biggest question for me is, can Kamaru Usman really come out of that knockout? I remember getting concussed and getting hit at one time. I was scared, Chael.
Sure.
I was scared to get hit for at least 6 months. I remember just having over twitching almost to the point where it took so much time for me to get comfortable again to be myself once again. So those are questions that need to be answered for Kamaru Usman, but I do believe the man is hungry.
You were right. If it makes Kamaru gun shy at all, that's going to be a problem. I argue that Kamaru, if he is gun shy, can turn back to what he used to use heavily in his career, which is his wrestling. He did a lot of that with Leon, but he has the ability to do a lot more. I think Kamaru Usman is a very good plan B. And based on what I saw, I saw one trip where Leon won the position. We stayed in that position for a round, and I saw one head kick. And I'm just being fair. I fully respect Leon as the champion of the world, but if you want to know who the better fighter was, that was also very clear. And it was Usman.
What do you guys think about Sonnen and Cejudo's comments? Will the thought of getting knocked out again haunt Usman in the trilogy? Let us know in the comments below. Merab Dvalishvili responds to the recent comments Dana White made about his reluctance to fight Aljamain Sterling. Here's what Merab had to say on the MMA Hour.
Yeah, I did see this, and actually, that wasn't first time. First time he said that it was after I beat Jose Aldo, and Joe Rogan asked me again, and I said very clear, please don't ask me this question again, because I was mad because right before fight, all people asking me, if you win, would you fight Aljo? I said, let me fight, let me win.
Yeah.
Why are you asking me now? I was so over it to keep asking same question, and Aljo already has a booked fight. And I say true from my heart. And we met Dana White after, and he was talking my coach. Like, I should not mention that. And after that, matchmaker Sean Shelby was saying, he cannot give me O'Malley fight, he cannot give me Chito Vera, he cannot give me Corey Sanhagan or even Peter Yan, because if I beat them and then I'm not fighting my friend title, and I understand business, and I was so sad there was no fight for me. But luckily, Peter pushed the fight, and they give me this Peter fight, and I'm happy and I appreciate it.
Let's go back a little bit. What do you guys think's next for Peter and Merab? Does Peter fight the winner of Corey Chito? Does Merab fight the winner of Corey Chito? Does Merab do they give him a title shot after I beat Henry or Aljo? What do you think?
I think Corey and Chito, they're going to be such after this fight. Maybe not, because Chito's just like, fuck it, I'll fight. I feel like they're not going to want to have to fight Merab to get to a shot. They're going to want to wait for the title shot, but they're going to have to wait for you to fight him. So if Chito fights now, Chito and Corey fight now, and say Chito wins, the fight's not going to happen until probably February next year.
Yeah, well, I'm planning on, hopefully, just I can fight in July, International Fight Week. John Jones versus Stipe, main event. Me versus Henry, or me versus Aljo, or Aljo wins, moves up, me versus Chito or Corey, winner of that, or me versus Merab, whoever it is. Obviously, me versus Chito would be the biggest fight to make in the division. So if Chito goes out there and wins, that'd be interesting.
Stephen Thompson gives some insight into what Conor McGregor was like on the set of The Ultimate Fighter. Here's the clip.
It was cool, man. It was cool to be able to see, you see Conor fight, you see everything that he says on social media, but to be able to hang out with him the entire time, he was cool, man. It was really cool. We've crossed paths many times before in the past. We fought on the same cards. He's been a part of my management and probably owns some of my management, I think. We cross paths all the time. But to be able to hang out with him for the entirety of that, the rest of that week was really cool, man. It was really cool. It's funny how he can turn it on. Like, he knows when a camera is on him. For some reason, it's like a superpower. He knows when a camera is on him because he turns into that Conor persona. You know what I mean? It's pretty cool to watch.
Michael Chandler shares his thoughts on what it's like coaching against Conor McGregor on The Ultimate Fighter.
physically, I've been an athlete since I was 14 years old. I can handle the physical. I can handle the the late nights or the early mornings or being sore or being overworked. I can grab a cup of coffee and just power through it, right? But the emotional roller coaster that we've been on, because I mean, for me, it's almost, I have two different things going on here too, right? I got these guys and I'm pouring into these guys and I want these guys to win, and that there's the emotion of them carrying their burden, carrying their emotion, carrying their, shouldering the weight of their success or failures, right? And then I also have my foe. I got Conor. I got my opposition, the guy who I'm fighting later this year. So there's always, okay, hey, it's today, I'm going to see him today. Am I not going to see him today? What's he going to be like today? What's he not going to be like today? And as everybody has seen, Conor is somewhat of he's a wild card. You never know which Conor you're going to get sometimes. So it's been a lot of fun. And then they force us into scenarios, right? They like, here you go, do this, guys. And you're like, oh, okay, here we go. All right, well, how are we going to do this thing? You start, doing the little measuring tape type of thing, and so it's been a whirlwind to say the least.
Jorge Masvidal was recently asked if he would be interested in fighting the winner of Conor McGregor and Michael Chandler. This was Masvidal's reply.
I'm not necessarily too interested on Chandler. I know he's got a big name in the sport, and he puts on great fights, and he goes on in the Shield, and he's always entertaining and stuff. But I'm at 170 pounds trying to get a world title. That's why I'm fighting Gilbert Burns. I'm not fighting him because he's the biggest draw, because he's not. I'm fighting him because he's number 3 and number 4 in the world currently. And he's going to get me closer to my goals, which are to fight for the belt. Now, I only got into the sport a long time ago to do two things: either fight the world's best or make the most money possible on a fight. I always say this every interview, anytime somebody asks me. I don't know if Chandler brings in that type of money. I don't know. And definitely not a ranked guy at 170, so he's not one of the world's best. So it's a fight that could happen later on down the line, but it's not something that I'm calling out for. He beats Conor, he becomes a household name, and the UFC's gonna pay me what I deserve to fight that dude. Yeah, I'll go take his head off, bro.
In a recent interview with the Mac Life, John Kavanaugh talks about Conor McGregor being a coach on this season of The Ultimate Fighter and the value he brings to the team. Kavanaugh says that multiple times he's been offered large sums of money to let various people train with Conor, and the fighters on the show are getting weeks of training with him. It's funny, actually, just today, I always said the amount of times I've had very wealthy people approach me saying they pay $50,000 to get a one-on-one lesson with Conor, and I wouldn't even go to Conor with it. And we put guys there, getting a couple weeks training with him, so it's an amazing experience for them. Like I always said, not just from a technical point of view, which of course has been great, but to be around the mindset and the attitude, and to see that and the guys learning from it and accepting it and growing, it's been a lot of fun. Guys, thanks so much for checking out the video. If you like the content we do here on this channel, don't forget to like and subscribe to MMA Library for all the latest MMA and UFC news. We'll see you in the next video.